Hi, I'm Elaine Biagini, and this is Lorraine Kelman. We're going to talk to you about Proposition 1. You'll see it on your ballot as Right to Reproductive Freedom Amendment. It is a legislative constitutional amendment. What is the question behind Proposition 1, Lorraine?
The question is, should the state of California amend the California Constitution to include the right to reproductive freedom, which would include the right to an abortion and the right to choose or refuse contraceptives?
Can you give us a little more background? What is the current situation around this proposition?
Sure. Existing California statutory law under the Reproductive Privacy Act provides that every individual possesses a fundamental right of privacy with respect to personal reproductive decisions.
So how does that apply here?
Currently, in California, every individual has the fundamental right to choose or refuse birth control and to choose to bear a child or to obtain an abortion. And currently, abortion is legal in California up to fetal viability, and after viability, only if the procedure is necessary to protect the life or health of the mother.
Is viability defined by the state currently?
Yes. Viability is defined as the point in gestation when a fetus can survive outside the womb.
So what does Prop 1 propose?
Prop 1 would prohibit the state from denying or interfering with an individual's reproductive freedom in their most intimate decisions, including the right to choose to have an abortion or use contraceptives. Prop 1 would further the constitutional right of privacy and the right not to be denied equal protection.
Does this impact an individual's right to privacy, Lorraine?
No. Prop 1 specifies that nothing contained in the measure narrows or limits the right to privacy or to equal protection.
Is there anything else worth noting?
Yes. The California Constitution is the state's highest law. Only an amendment can change the Constitution. As proposed, Prop 1 would become a constitutional amendment. Any future changes would require a new amendment be put on a future ballot by a 2/3 vote of the legislature for a vote of the people.
What is the fiscal impact of Prop 1?
There is no direct fiscal impact because reproductive rights are already protected by state law.
What do supporters say about Prop 1, Lorraine?
Supporters say California should not sit on the sidelines as unprecedented attacks on the fundamental right to choose endanger women across the country. This measure will ensure that women in our state have an absolute right to a safe and legal abortion that is protected in our Constitution. And supporters also say, we know from history that abortion bans don't end abortion. They only outlaw safe abortions. We must preserve the fundamental reproductive rights of women here in California because they are under attack elsewhere.
And opponents? What are opponents saying?
Opponents say, shouldn't our leaders be asking, how do we render abortion unnecessary? Voters should encourage our leaders to find real solutions to abortion to prevent abortion. And opponents also say, the state's political leadership continues to stubbornly cling to the practice of abortion and the throwaway culture. The language of Proposition 1 is overly vague, reckless, and could further endanger children, especially among the poor and marginalized in our state.
What about campaign financing? How does that look for Prop 1?
In support, $9.8 million has been contributed by Atkins Ballot Measure Committee. Yes, on Proposition 1. The major donors are on your screen. In opposition, $863,000 has been contributed by the California Together No on Prop 1. Again, see the top donors on your screen.
In conclusion, Lorraine, what does a yes vote mean?
A yes vote means that the California Constitution would be changed to expressly include existing rights to reproductive freedom, such as the right to choose whether or not to have an abortion and use contraceptives.
And how about a no vote?
A no vote means that the California Constitution would not be changed to expressly include existing rights to reproductive freedoms. These rights, however, would continue to exist under current state law.
Thank you, Lorraine.
My pleasure, Elaine.